Hi everybody, I'm Burrington. I'm the Managing Director of Minnesota Renewable Energy Society. So I'm going to give the annual report to the membership tonight. So I'll just start with a little introduction to MRES for those of you who are new to us. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit. Our mission is to educate and advocate for the growth of renewable energy in Minnesota. We have been all volunteer-run organization since 1979 until 6 years ago when the organization hired their first staff person. I started full-time 5 years ago as a managing director. So this is our board of directors right now. We'll be doing elections later tonight, and then in January we'll be appointing, possibly appointing, the board will appoint new people for one-year terms. So these are our main volunteers. They usually head up the committees, and I will be talking to you guys about what committees we have and what they've been doing all year. So first of all, I want to thank our exiting board members, Brett Matson, Phil Sandvold, and Forrest Brown. They won't be renewing their board terms this year, so we want to thank them for all their work they've done, and I hope that they stick around and keep doing what you're doing, at least maybe a little less, but still hanging out with us. That'd be awesome. Like Chris keeps coming back. Thanks, Chris. So I'll start with Events Committee. Events Committee is chaired by Doug Shoemaker on the left. So Events Committee does a whole lot for the organization. First thing they do is tabling. So they tabled at about 40 events this year, and that includes conferences, fairs, summits, expos, pretty much all over, anywhere that people are there to listen to us talk about renewable energy will go. And these are all the people that helped out at tabling events, that volunteered their time to talk to people, the general public, about renewable energy. So thanks to all these folks. The next thing Events Committee does is organize the monthly speakers we have here. Every second Thursday of the month, we have a monthly speaker here from different organizations on all these different topics. Me and Doug mostly choose the speakers with the help of Events Committee on what topics are hot in Minnesota and renewable energy. And then the Events Committee, of course, runs all the events. So the Solar Boat Regatta is headed up right now by Mark Weber. Where's Mark? Oh, there he is. Hi, Mark. So Mark Weber organized this year's Solar Boat Regatta in Eden Prairie in coordination with the EcoPalooza, which is put on by the city of Eden Prairie. So it was a really great partnership, I think, and they got a lot of help from the city that helped us keep our expenses down for the regatta. We had 18 boats, 325 people came, and that was kind of a bit more than usual because it was combined with another eco event. So I thought that was really successful this year, and I think Mark's heading it up again to 2015. So anybody who wants to help out with that event, get schools recruited, help the kids learn, design their boats, learn about renewable energy, they always need help for that event. Then the EcoMetro Tour is a new thing for MRES this year. We decided to split up the Greater Minnesota Tour and the metropolitan area and try this new style of tour, which is fee-based instead of our usual free tour. And we created this 25-page full-color guidebook that focused specifically on 9 really energy-efficient, high-quality homes with renewable energy. So instead of kind of being a net loss, as the tour usually is for MRES, it actually made money, so it helped cover staff costs and overhead. So I think the EcoMetro Tour is a success, and we will be doing that again on May 30th, 2015. So anybody who wants to help with that, we're currently recruiting homes, businesses, things like that. Next. The Eco Experience. We've been doing the solar area at the Eco Experience for 8-9 years now. So every year we try to do something a little bit different. We didn't do a lot different this year, but we did make buttons. I love solar buttons. We gave away about 4,000 of those. And I think having those in the state fair guidebook and the raffle for the tiny house brought a lot of more people to the solar area. We garnered a lot more emails than we usually do. So I kind of count that as a big success for us this year. Next year we really want to do a more interactive community solar display to build off of our RDF grant. So anybody who wants to help out with designing exhibits for the Eco Experience, we welcome that input at the Advocacy Committee too. And then we did the Greater Minnesota Home Tour. Chris Meyer headed that up, and it was a great success. We also did that a little bit differently. We got a CERT-C grant and hired 2 subcontractors in different parts of the state, and kind of figuring that a local organizer could help out more with getting local media publicity, getting people to attend, and I think that was really successful. We had 20 different newspapers, TV stations, and radio stations who publicized the tour across the state. So that was more than we usually get. This is a Mankato couple. They got 10K solar on their roof, and this was featured in the Mankato Times. Big picture, big article, so it was really nice. So then the Outreach Committee. Outreach Committee is chaired by Richard Harrington, a past board member. They work on membership, the website, and doing the monthly flare, the newsletter. So we've seen a little bit of growth in membership. Individual membership is at about 186 right now, and business membership is at 19 yet. So these are our sustaining business members, and then we have even more basic members. And here's the website analytics from the year. So you can see the 2014 is the blue line, 2013 is the red line, so we had a lot more traffic on our website and a lot more new users and page views, almost double from last year. So we're seeing some success there, so that's nice. I hope that grows even more next year. The training committee is chaired by Scott Randall, who's an instructor at Century College, and we have partnered with MRES and Century College and Heat Spring Learning Institute and St. Paul College for 2 years now. The Century College partnership may be ending. Our staff connection there has left, and I think they might be dropping solar in their continuing education department. Scott works in their credit department. So we might be switching our PV 101 and our site assessor classes to St. Paul College or MCTC, but I think that's a good opportunity for us to maybe reach a new market. So we'll see what happens with training committee. We could always use more people to come there and bring their class ideas, and possibly do some more online training with Heat Spring. So Solar Minnesota isn't quite a committee, but they're kind of a committee. They're headed up by former board member Rebecca Lundberg and current board member Chris Meyer. It's held at St. Paul College in Monday mornings, once every 2 months. So it's mostly an industry-based meeting, and I think it's been really successful in bringing together the industry to talk about what problems they're having, what issues they're having. The Department of Commerce comes to that meeting, so they can kind of bounce ideas off each other, how the state can help the solar industry. So I think that was a great thing that Doug kind of helped start, and Mencia kind of rolled out of this. So that's still going strong. The meetings are always packed full. So if you'd like to go to one of those, you can contact me. I'll let you know when they are. Then we have the International Committee. They are currently kind of dormant. The chair of that is Germa, and Doug is a co-chair. So to get that reactivated, we really need some new members to come in and talk about what projects that we can do internationally, maybe find some new partners. So I encourage people to talk to Doug about attending that committee and seeing how you can help out. And then we have Advocacy Committee. That is chaired by former board member Jan Hubbard. They worked this year to submit comments to the Public Utilities Commission on the value of solar and community solar gardens on MRES's behalf. This is a picture of them working with law students from the University of Minnesota who submitted Public Utility Commission comments on the value of solar. Lynn Hinkle from NC attends that meeting, so this is how we kind of stay engaged in policy work. And then we have our newly formed development committee. So Sarah Larson, board members to chair that committee, and it kind of rolled out of the finance and fundraising committee to focus only on fundraising and grant development. So they put on the fundraiser that was this last week at the summit, which was our most successful we've ever had, and helped me with Give to the Max Day, which again was our most successful fundraising Give to the Max Day we've had. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun, trying to come up with some new fun ways to raise money for the organization. So they are also doing grant development. The grants we did do this year, so distributed wind assessment, and that was under the Department of Commerce. We worked with Brian Ross with CR Planning, Fritz Ebinger from Minnesota Project, I'm blanking. Under Elise Joe with the Department of Commerce, we worked with Heather Rose Weaver, who's out of Oregon, with E-Formative Options, and John Dunlop with Renewable Energy Services. So it was a kind of a team effort to assess distributed wind in Minnesota. So we did that by doing a survey, conducting a roundtable with wind industry, that's that picture there, and compiling a database of the distributed wind in Minnesota. And so out of those findings, we did 3 webinars on best practices, 2 case studies on best practices, and came up with some recommendations for the state to take for next steps on how to develop the distributed wind industry in Minnesota and make it more successful. And one of those recommendations is to do a Wind Minnesota group like a Solar Minnesota. So we're hoping to be able to get the wind industry together with the Department of Commerce and talk about their problems and the barriers that they're having and help to build some opportunities around distributed wind. So, and then let me see, what's the next one? And then the next one is the big grant. We found out we won the Renewable Development Fund grant for community solar last January. And we are still in the process of trying to get Xcel Energy to sign a contract for that. So that is for 2 500 kilowatt community solar gardens, one in an urban area and one in a rural area. And we're hoping to launch that project in 2015, and it'll be a 2.5-year grant. So that'll be our major focus next year.